So in our next session, I'd like to introduce John MacKaskill-Smith, Phil Beck, Andrew Swanson-Dobbs and Dr. Struan Clark. Struan, in your neck of the woods, how do general practitioners view alliancing?
Well, my neck of the woods is pretty small. There are only 6 doctors there. I suspect that if you ask them about alliancing, they'd probably say, what's that? I don't think they have a view on it because I don't think at this stage they know an awful lot about it, to be perfectly honest. I know more about it than they would because I'm on the local work stream SLAT. But when I joined that, I must say I didn't really know what we were doing. So I think there probably does need to be more information out there for GPs. I think you can find out about alliancing if you want to, or if you're already involved in organisations which are. But my impression for general GPs just working in practice is that they probably don't know an awful lot about it.
Mm-hmm. John, what do you think success in an alliance looks like?
Well, look, I think for us, it's about us not having to stick 14 bits of snorkel together and be so far underwater that we can't suck air anymore. And what I mean by that is that we've got workforce issues, we've got service coverage issues, we've got utilisation issues, we've got funding issues. And if we just carry on our current transactional kind of way of operating, not enough's going to change in time for us to get ourselves into a better kind of space. And I guess, even picking up on your point about GPs not being aware of it, we kind of all exist in different parts of the system, and I think we're often a little overconfident that other parts of the system are kind of doing what they need to do for the bit that I'm in to work. And I think the opportunity with alliancing, and certainly our experience to date, has been it is shining a light on more of it. So people are more aware of the conversations that are going on. And GPs with those frustrations around a referral or access to a particular service, all of a sudden they can have a conversation about it and kind of get it out in the open rather than being lost behind the closed doors of bureaucracy or some other scary kind of place.
Consulting.
Yeah.
Phil in the Bay?
I suppose success to us is a start of a conversation, and actually joining up those conversations, people actually talking around the common issues, around same opportunities, and collectively agreeing on ways forward. I've seen so often over the last 12 months where we talk about acute demand growth and so forth, and everybody's blaming each other for failing to manage their part of the system. Mm-hmm. I think if we actually have a joined up conversation through an alliancing arrangement, we come to collective opportunities to resolve the common issues that are there, whilst not actually taking a sight off the issues that are common to individuals as well. Mm-hmm. So I think starting a conversation and progressing those conversations through maturity of relationship and understanding and a shared commitment to trying to make the system better.
Mm-hmm. Andrew?
I think in 5 years' time, if we're going to say what's been successful in rural areas and we can attribute some of it to alliancing, then we'll actually have a workforce that can work and want to work in rural areas. 150 k's away from Nelson is Golden Bay. If we can make sure that nurses and doctors go, when they finish their training, I'd like to go and work in that spot because I see some amazing things going on, then I think alliancing, if it's a vehicle that's been used to create that environment, I think it'll be marked as a success. So Struan might not know what group he's in, I don't care. He's in there as a lead clinician in a group with the right people, and if he influences them correctly, the outcome will be sustainable rural general practice, and that's a success for me.
Struan, success for you?
I think a shared understanding. I mean, I totally agree with Andrew because that's what I want and that's what we're trying to do in Golden Bay. But a shared understanding between general practice, primary care, rural health, and district health boards and PHOs. 10 years ago in Golden Bay, we had a dreadful relationship with the district health board. We were continually in conflict with them, and it was just self-perpetuating. It'd be hard to say who started it. Whereas now, I've got some ideas, but
can we explore those?
Shall I leave the room?
Whereas now, and actually, if I can chunder on. I think we've been alliancing for quite a while because we've had this. The PHO and the District Health Board and us have been developing our community health project, and that has been a really constructive thing. So we've actually now got a functional relationship with the PHO and the DHB, which has benefited us all. So I think. My experience of it so far is really good. So I think if it develops constructive relationships and trust, then that would be a success.
Starting with Andrew, in one word, describe how you feel about this opportunity and why.
Optimistic, because following on from Struan, if relationships were antagonistic, we're actually not going to make progress. You spend more time in litigation or arguments. If you actually have a trusting relationship, you can get in a room and ask a question and try and find a new world order through those new relationships. I think we are going to progress rural health services, and so I'm optimistic with the right people, the right opportunities, we're going to get there. So optimistic would be my...
John?
Well, I've got this word kapow, and I mean, to me kapow's about...
Batman.
Is it?
Batman, you remember? Kapow.
Oh yeah, poof. Lost my train of thought now. Thanks, Andrew. So kapow, for me, kapow, look, this isn't a new fad. It's not like a new diet. Oh, let's go on the Alliance diet or something. To me, this is about people in the health sector collectively agreeing on a plan to make things kind of sustainable. And most of us have been doing it to differing degrees. But I think what's cool about the conversation is that we're trying to push it further, faster and harder. And to me, that's the kapow factor. You know, let's take the things that have worked, ignore the transactional or the, you know, things that have got in the way in the past and run with the good stuff and get the relationships going. Try and sort out the stuff that shouldn't be there as quickly as we can, and to me that's the kapow factor, really.
Phil?
I selected enthusiastic. I'm enthusiastic about the opportunities that will fall out of alliancing. If there's an alliance diet, John, I wouldn't mind getting a copy of it. But none of the others work. Enthusiastic. And
I thought that was Phil LeBay that she said before. Sorry.
Enthusiastic about the fact that if we do this right and we remain committed to it, that we can have a joined up system that operates well, that we're not focused on who's got what bit of money, that we've actually got to focus on best services for our communities, and we're doing that exceptionally well.
Struan?
Now, you won't be able to read this unless you're a pharmacist, but it says relieved. And I think it's because I hated the conflict. I don't like it. I'm a typical doctor. I'm a people pleaser who wants to make everyone happy. And so we've got rid of that, and we've got this far more productive relationship going. So I feel a sense of relief.
And what about the ministry, Kiriana? What does the ministry think about alliancing? What do they want out of it?
Well, the question was, what did you think about it? So what do I think about it? I'm hopeful. I'm the eternal optimist, and my perspective is that it's about more people and a little bit of process to get us to a better place. With that old adage, if we keep doing what we've always done, we'll always get what we've always got. Yep. So thank you, gentlemen. Any last words? Last thoughts on alliances?
Go the Chiefs.
Go the Chiefs.
And with Go the Chiefs, we thank you.